You want beef that is tender, flavorful, and healthy too. Beef with no added hormones, steroids, or other growth stimulants. Beef that tastes great and is good for you. And it's found right in the heart of mid-Missouri. That place is Show Me Farms. Beef that is consistently tender by using only purebred, genetically proven cattle and their born tender Omega beef. At Show Me Farms, most cattle in their beef program are born and raised in central Missouri pastures and fed grain that includes high levels of ground flax seed, all ingredients that are good for cattle and good for you. They source identify every beef from birth to processing to ensure that they, and most importantly you, know exactly where your beef comes from when you serve it to your family. Can beef really be good for you? It contradicts everything we've ever heard, and it begins with extensive research, scientific research, backed through university studies. Omega-3 fatty acids have received national notoriety in recent years with their immense health benefits for fighting all types of chronic disease, like heart disease, diabetes, asthma, arthritis, and some forms of cancer. At Show Me Farms, research has proven that beef filled with proteins are beneficial for your health. The average American adult gets less than 1 gram of omega-3s per day. And until now, most talk ultimately surrounds the intake of walnuts, beans, and the one we know best, fish, to increase our source of omega-3s for a balanced, healthy lifestyle. For those of you who love beef, your alternatives have just changed. Why offer ordinary when you can offer extraordinary with Show Me Farms? What an awesome opportunity for people across the country to have a healthier alternative with beef. Don Mays is joining me today, and it was his love for beef that he just couldn't fathom doing without. And Don, we are so glad that you're with us today. And how did Born Tender Omega beef come to fruition?
Well, first of all, welcome to Show Me Farms.
Yes.
Born Tender Omega beef actually started in a pasture right over that hill about 6 years ago. I was adjusting the creep feeder and ended up with a pretty severe chest pain and thought that I was having a heart attack, and may have been, I don't really know. And my cholesterol was pretty high, 238. I was actually occluded 85% on one artery and 90% on another. So it was a fairly severe issue that had to be dealt with, and so they put a stent in my heart and put me on a diet and all the normal things that happened with that. And the diet didn't include as much beef as I liked, and so that led me to wanting to come up with a way to be able to have my beef and have the benefits of eating salmon and some of the fishes, which
right.
I'm not crazy about.
I'd rather have your beef.
Yeah, I'd rather have the beef. That's exactly right. So that kind of led us down the path to where we are today.
You know, a lot of the, or one of the crucial elements with your beef is omega-3s. Now, you just didn't decide that would be something good that nobody else was doing. There are significant health benefits to that. Significant
health benefits. Omega-3s are, I would like to refer to them as the fountain of health. I think they are the best thing you can put in your body. And we were fortunate enough to find a piece of research that was just being initiated at K-State University. And we met with the folks that were starting that research and actually implemented their feeding protocol as they did, as kind of a part of the ongoing research in this area.
Now, when did that research begin?
About 6 years ago.
The same time.
About the same
Perfect
time.
timing.
And there was a theory that you kind of are what you eat, and cattle are the same. And the theory being that if you fed them a diet that was very high in omega-3s in the form of ALA, that would pass through into the product that resulted.
We were talking about the research and how that's been ongoing, and I know you've got some things in your office that might be a little cooler, and we can talk more about that extensive research.
Good plan, and I think there's a glass of iced tea there too.
I'm there, so why don't we head on up to the house? Well, Don, I wanted to talk about the research portion of this, because this is not something that you just claim. You have the research to back it up of why your beef is so much healthier for you. And it all has to do with the omega-3s. And it being such a anti-inflammatory. It's a fighter for that, which where cardiovascular disease all comes into play.
Yeah, arthritis, cardiovascular, macrodegeneration, a lot of things are dependent on that. You know, we've worked as I said earlier, for about 6 years now with K-State University and a great PhD there, Dr. Jim Droulard. And he is literally dedicated full-time in the last 7 years to this project. And he is an extremely big believer in it, and it's not just me, it's actually their hard labor that got us to this point. We've just implemented their ideas on a commercial farm. And I think at this point we're the only farm that's doing that across the country. Very new, very cutting edge research, and we've been delighted to participate with them. ALA is kind of has been kind of the stepchild in the omega-3 category, and just until recent history have we learned that it provides an incredibly large role in the beneficial aspects of omega-3s, and it actually in the human body, as the body digests the ALA, it converts a lot of that ALA into EPA and DHA, which are the two omega-3s that you get in fish oil.
Right.
And me, I can't take fish oil. It gives me an upset stomach and just causes other issues that I don't want everyone to talk about on camera. But I can eat beef with the best of them.
The ALA, as we were talking not long ago, just from a cardiovascular, that helps regulate your heart rate.
Absolutely, it prevents arrhythmias, and that's a known scientific fact. I don't remember, you've read all these studies probably more recently than I have. I've read them over a period of the last 6 months, but we do have all of that research is actually on our website. I have it all here printed, but there are literally pages of it, and if you'd like to look at our website, all those research papers are on borntenderbeef.com, and there's some great research compiled by some really fine researchers.
Our health and those that we love are of the utmost importance. Offer tender, flavorful beef free from growth stimulants, meats that are rich in omega-3s, EPA, DHA, and ALA, and lower in saturated fat. Cattle that are fed grain and flaxseed that dramatically increase their omega-3 content by 600%. Good for cattle, and most importantly, healthy for you. These facts have proven to me, and should convince you, that Show Me Farms Born Tender Omega Beef is the best choice for you and your family. Why offer ordinary when you can offer extraordinary with Show Me Farms?